6 fall activities we're Googling right now. A corn maze near me, easy pumpkin carving, apple picking near me, haunted hayride near me, and fall color map.
Fall color map.
Yes.
That's what I need. My sister was asking me, where can I go to a pumpkin patch that's open late after I get off of work? And I said, I don't think they exist.
I think they do, and I think the guy that knows about that fall color map is Andy Waterman, Communications Director with ILLINOISouth Tourism. How's it going?
It's going well. How are you today?
All right, you've dressed for the occasion. You're in your fall orange pants.
Fall orange pants and black shirt. I'm all Halloweened out today. My 5-year-old dressed me this morning.
Fabulous job, is what I would say. So let's talk about fall colors, because I know you guys have a lot of scenic kind of road trips that we can take. So where do we start?
So in the 21 counties that we cover, there are 3 kind of main things that you can do in order to really see fall foliage the best. And there's driving, and there's hiking/biking, trails, and then there's kayaking.
I didn't even think about kayaking.
Yes, which is great.
Okay, now I want to start with kayaks.
Okay.
Where can we kayak and see the beautiful fall colors?
So,
and no snakes.
Now, that's kind of inevitable,
okay,
right?
Okay.
So there are several different places to kayak throughout our 21 county territory. There is, over in our eastern region, there is the Embro River that goes through Jasper County, among other places. And there's different places where you can go in with your canoe or kayak or whatever have you. And the views along the river are just
fantastic.
Fantastic.
Are there guided tours, or is this something that you have to figure out you're in and out?
Boom, right there. You're in and out. There are no guided tours.
Okay.
Yep. And then there's also there's the river that stretches from, well, first of all, Carlisle Lake. Obviously, that's another great place. It's the largest man-made lake in the entire state of Illinois. Where you could go out there. You could kayak, paddle boats, all that stuff. They've got sailboats too. Just a great place to get out, and you can also camp there. And they also have trails there, biking trails, hiking trails, all that. So that's another great place to just get out and put the boat out and just see amazing fall foliage. And then from Carlisle Lake, there's actually the Kaskaskia River that flows south of that goes all the way south down through Washington counties and all the way down to Randolph County, Chester, and that's where it meets up with the Mississippi River.
Wow.
So you can
And are these
kayak on that
pretty easy trips as far as if you're a beginner when it comes to kayaking? Is this something that you can handle? It's not too difficult?
Some of them at points can be not so beginnerish.
Okay. Carlisle Lake, though, is pretty smooth.
Yes. Yes.
So that's probably your best bet if you are new to kayaking.
Yes. And then there's also, I don't want to forget this one, Pyramid State Park, or Pyramid State Recreation Area, actually, that's down in Perry County, right outside of Pinckneyville. That's technically the largest state recreation area in Illinois. It's 19,000 plus acres.
My goodness.
It has 24 different bodies of water on it, ponds, lakes, all that stuff. And you can kayak on many of those as well, and many people do. It's great.
And what's the name of that again? I'm writing this down.
That is Pyramid State Recreation Area in Perry County, not far outside of Pinckneyville.
Okay, I know exactly where that is. All right, let's go to if we want to hike or maybe bike a trail and see beautiful fall colors.
Biking is one of the best trails to bike is actually in our eastern region. It's in Clark County, not far outside of Marshall, which is Casey's over there as well. And that is Lincoln Trail State Park. And they have amazing biking trails. And the fall foliage there is, the yellows just pop
Really?
on those
And are
trees over there.
these gravel? Are they paved trails?
They're
dirt trails.
They're trails.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then they've also got a ton of bike trails at Pyramid State Recreation Area that I just mentioned earlier. There's biking trails there as well. I think almost 10 miles worth, if I'm not mistaken. It's a long bike trail. So there's definitely that in terms of biking, and then hiking. Oh man, if you go down through Monroe and Randolph counties, you can hike there on Salt Lick Point. Water and Land and Water Preserve, and that is, I think we've talked about it before, where you get up to the top and their observation point, you can see so far, that's down in Valmeyer, you can see so far that you can see the water tower in Arnold over to your west. And you could see, if you look north, you could see the Gateway Arch and the cityscape if it's a clear enough day out. And I mean, you could just see as far as and it's the fall foliage from that vantage point is absolutely gorgeous.
And what are the colors looking like in your territory right now? Are they starting to change, or do you have a little bit of time left?
Starting to change slowly. Usually peak season in our territory is the 3rd to 4th week of October. And sometimes, depending on the year, 1st week of November, depends on how they're looking. But you could always tell if you drive on 255 up through Illinois, there's those bluffs there. Once those start to really get like a lighter green and start to turn into the yellow, then you know that within the next week to 2 weeks, that's your cue.
So we've talked about the adventurous, if you want to hike, if you want to kayak, if you want to bike, but what if you just want to take a road trip and put on some good tunes and look at all the beauty around you?
That is actually, again, Monroe and Randolph County. So if you take the JB Bridge across the river and go down to Columbia, instead of taking Route 3, which is the Great River Road, you take a right onto Bluff Road, is what it's called. And that will take you, that is as back road as back roads get. It's winding, and right there, the whole way down through Monroe and Randolph counties, down to, you can, Josh, your hands up. Do you have a question?
No, I was going to let you finish.
Okay.
Before I weighed in.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'll just go now.
Just go. I like it.
I'm from North County.
Yes.
I don't think I've ever crossed the
JB?
JB Bridge.
Oh my
Really?
gosh.
I don't think I've ever crossed that bridge. Maybe I did it once.
It's a great bridge to cross. There's
It's
no
a
traffic.
beautiful bridge,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm really interested in this route because, number
you
one,
continue to amaze me.
I'm from North County.
I'm from New Madrid, Missouri.
If we wanted to go to Illinois, we'd take 270 north,
Sure.
not 270
That's the
south.
easiest way to get there.
Okay.
Easiest way to get there.
Yeah.
So we go across the JB Bridge, get off on the right on Route 3.
Yeah, take Route 3 first, but then you'll take your immediate right, and that's for Bluff Road.
Bluff Road, right and stop.
And that, your whole way south on Bluff Road, on your left-hand side, is, what would you think there are? Bluffs.
Yeah.
Right? And it's just, I mean, towering bluffs with just oranges and reds, and it's absolutely beautiful. And along the way, you could stop at different towns. Fort Deschartres is kind of along that area, so you could stop there and check that out if you haven't.
A more important question, Andy.
Yes.
Are there wineries along this fall foliage
Of course.
tour?
Not a lot.
Okay.
Not down Bluff Road. But if you end in Chester, you can have a drink or 7 at the St. Nicholas Landmark. It's a brewery in Chester, and I highly recommend it. They have
Home
amazing
of Popeye,
food.
Chester?
Home of Popeye, Chester.
Yeah.
Yes. So, and then obviously, if you get down to Chester, you can go along the Popeye Character Trail. They've got over a dozen statues now throughout town. You can go on basically a scavenger hunt and look for Popeye and all of his friends and take pictures next to the statues. And they've got cutouts, and they even have a merchandise store called the Spinach Can.
They do?
Spinach Can Collection.
I think I've been there before. I went once for the for the Popeye Festival, which I don't know, do they still do that?
They still do that. They did not do that this year. They canceled, for obvious reasons.
Can I tell you one of the dumber things that I've done, but looking back at it, it was kind of smart, and it was one of the photographers that was, made me a better reporter, forced me to do it. But so we were doing the Popeye Festival, and we stopped at a gas station that was also, where you could get your oil changed. And so we asked the mechanic if we could, crank the car up a little bit and make it look like I was lifting the car.
Oh, yeah, because you ate some
because I ate
spinach.
some spinach. Yeah. These are
That's
the
a good
things
gag,
that we, would do for a good story.
Sure.
So somebody on our text line, John Eaton, a good friend, says, lifetime friend of mine, has 50 acres off of Bluff Road. It is absolutely amazing. Someone else suggests taking the ferry back to Missouri.
Yes, you could there's a ferry down there. You could take that over to what we have talked about before, the Exclave.
Oh, yes, the part of Illinois that's actually in Missouri.
Yes, exactly right. So you could take that across. You can check out Kaskaskia and the Liberty Belle of the West while you're over there, and then you can zip on back on the ferry.
I mean, Chester's all the way down by St. Genevieve, though.
It's from here. It's every bit of an hour, probably a little more.
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
About maybe $1.10.
But you're going for a Sunday drive, a Saturday drive, and you're there
Yeah, you're right.
looking at the leaves. I mean, that's what it's all about. And I'm gonna assume maybe you guys have all of this posted on ILLINOISouth.org.
We do. There's a blog about it called Find Your Fall Foliage Adventure, and it's on there. So you go to ILLINOISouth.org, you search for that, and it'll pop right up. And there are several different ideas, many of which we just talked about, where you can go and enjoy the fall foliage. Another one that I've talked about before, did not today, but East Fork Lake in Almy. Great place.
You can see the white squirrels.
see the white squirrels.
And
Beautiful.
I
And you
love
can
it.
kayak there. That's another place where you can kayak.
Okay, don't go anywhere yet because I want to check back in. I want to know about a pumpkin patch as well, so
Sure.
we can help people out since that was one of the things searched for. And then I know that there are a lot of other events going on. I just want to run through a quick list, but first we need to check in with Tim Wyland and see how traffic's moving along. All right, during the break, we finally came up with it, and it's a little wine bar that is right as you get off the JB Bridge, right? Not far from there. And is it in Columbia?
It's technically
Illinois?
Columbia, yeah.
And what is the name of it?
It is called Sunset Overlook.
Yeah, I have heard so many great things about that. I've got to get there and check that out. So there is a place where I can go look at leaves and then swing in and grab a
There you go.
glass of wine and
And something to eat.
yes, yes. So let's talk about other things to do this weekend because I know there is a long list.
So event-wise, we'll start with that. There are 26 events that are in
Holy,
our
just
territory.
this weekend?
Just this weekend throughout our territory. Last week it was 27. The week before that it was like 28. So it's October is ridiculously busy. So one of the coolest. Can anybody tell me what a flugel is?
Flugel.
A flugel horn?
It's German.
Yeah, it sounds German.
So
Is
it's
it-
German for chicken wing.
Oh, chicken wing.
Chicken wing.
I
So
was gonna say maybe it was the female version, like maybe it's like you're frugal, but you were a
Flugel.
lady.
A really cheap lady.
Well, that is
I got
not what's
other
happening in Highland this
Okay.
weekend. That is Flugelfest in Highland this weekend. So all chicken wings all the
Chicken
time.
wings.
So they've got chicken wing eating contests and different things like that.
Hopefully chokes.
This is their second year for the event. Their first year was actually in 2019. They took last year off, obviously, because of the pandemic. But they're looking to have another great year.
Do you have any idea how many different flavors of wings?
They've got a lot of different stands, so I'm not sure how many flavors, but there
Gosh,
are.
That is a dream come true
Oh,
for
yeah.
so many people.
And live music and different things like that as well too. So definitely get to Highland this weekend for Flugelfest if you're into chicken wings, which a lot of people are. Centralia has the Rail Monster Crawl, which basically everyone dresses up in their scary outfits and they go downtown Centralia in front of it. It starts at Rail, I believe 5:30, Rail Coffee Room. Great place to grab coffee, by the way. And they will play Michael Jackson's Thriller, and
Oh,
they'll dance in
yeah.
the streets, and then you could just go all throughout town dressed in your Halloween costume and just go, to different places. It's really, really cool.
That is so much fun.
Yes, and then you've got other things that are kind of like that, Witches and Wizards Night Out in O'Fallon, Witches Night Out in DuQuoin, Belleville, the Witches Brew Walk, and then the Witches and Ghouls Night Out in Columbia. So they're all doing kind of, the same, get out, get dressed
Yeah.
up, have fun, go downtown,
And the
shop
weather's
these-
changing, so it is a perfect time to do that. Of course, you can learn about everything that we have talked about because we crammed a lot of it in the Illinois South tourism website, ILLINOISouth.org. Andy, it's always so much fun to chat with you and discover new places that we can go and get outside.
Thanks for having me.